Hello and welcome back to Let's School. Can you see it? Can you spot what's going on? Do you witness the miracle? It's snowing because we are approaching Christmas, but the outside temperature is 8 degrees Celsius plus. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, welcome to episode 3 of Let's School. Now, you may have thought that I have abandoned this game. No, I have not. We're going to keep playing this. And even though I will not be making as many episodes as I am making of Medieval Dynasty, but I still want to see where this playthrough can take me. So we're going to keep trying to run the school and successfully have the students graduate from it, only to then welcome new students in the following year and nurture them into, hopefully, smart and responsible adults. That's what schools should be doing. But that's a different topic. So we're going to contend and try to solve all the problems thrown at us. Just as this one, as here Mr. Joshua Wilson, who is currently our already very stressed head of research, is asking us to set up a student council. So now he's giving us a quest. Now we can accept the quest or reject the quest. The difference is in that if we accept it, we only have a certain amount of time to actually fulfill the quest. And if we fail to, then we're going to get punished. Now if we reject it, nothing happens. So that is the choice you have to make here. Now I'm up for the challenge, so I'm going to go with this. And we are going to establish a student council. Soon. Right after this management upgrade that I so desperately require. Because we are currently facing, I can show this here, we're facing a shortage of management capabilities. The headmaster's office is actually overwhelmed, but the management department can't fix the issues either. So what option do we have left, you know? And if I do it this way, that I don't know, I am moving the tea room into the hands of this department, then what is that going to do? Wait, nothing, because it's not even in there. Now it is. I just moved it to another side. So yeah. I guess we need a better manager, I don't know. Also improving the facility, but that's what I'm trying to do anyway. So this is a problem that I'm trying to fix. Carol Brown. What am I trying to do here? She is a researcher. And I'm trying to improve her teaching capabilities because she is my one and only sports teacher, I think. Yeah, to give a little update, I guess. So I have expanded the classroom up here. This is now fully committed to being an art and sports class. So ignore the panda laying on the pult here. If I try to click on the actual class, we can see here in the schedule that is primarily focusing on art and sport, because this is what the students here require to graduate. Because basically, the students that come here, they later want to go to this here. Wait, why does it disappear? To the Hamburg Security Academy. Which I think it sort of implies that, you know, over having scientific and humanities knowledge, they would rather be physically trained so that they can work as, I guess, well, security, whatever. I have still added a few science and literature courses just to give them some kind of basic education so that they're not completely stupid. I mean, uneducated, sorry. So this is our third class that we have currently running. And we can always check if we can admit more students, because there's still 4 empty seats here we can see. We will continue the research. Also, we will try to go for the student council now, before we do another needed upgrade. What did I want? The student admission, right. Okay, so we have no new admissions this week, neither from the new area, the Theater Boulevard, which is a little misleading, I think. As these students are not trying to become actors or anything. They are mostly trying to become security officers, so I don't know. Yeah. Now, on to the other issue that I've mentioned. So we need to improve the management capabilities that we have. So we need to make the room better. Oh, this has solved our issues. We have now improved the management capabilities. Okay. For the moment, we are doing okay. Because I've added the management, the cost of management departments. That's what I've done. Exactly. So now let's see, what can we improve about the room itself? Let's open this tablet and then we have new options here. New furnitures. And if we add them to the room, hopefully we can push the facility level to level 2, which will then give us a bonus to our management proficiency. Right, so you can see the game is rather complex. It takes some time to get used to all the different aspects, especially the management part. I still struggle with this. There's a gift here. I need to open it. I'll explain why afterwards. I'll just continue for now with my little quest here. So anyway, I have stopped the time and now we can properly explore this. So we're going to get rid of this. Are we not? Yes, we are. Instead, we're placing this here. We have a shabby file cabinet. We're going to use another one because we have more files to contend with, I'm assuming. We're going to use this wall to place some stuff. And now we've almost reached level 2. What else could be missing? A telephone table. And a modern, updated telephone table. We can only have one. Okay, that's unfortunate. Getting rid of this and replacing it with this one then. And this has pushed us over the edge. Great. Okay, that is, I'm sure that is on purpose. So now we have everything that we need. Yeah, so our management is now improved. Now if we check, nothing changed. I guess that's because I have not unpaused the game. Is that the reason why? No, it's not. So it means we need facility level 3 or what? I don't understand. Who's the director of this department anyways? You are average at best at your job. Why? Can I find a better teacher for this? Rena Allen. Let's see. Certificates. He would be better already. Joshua Wilson would be better at it. But I think their overall skill is not as high. Yeah. I don't know. I picked the worst teacher for managing this department because she has a very low management skill. Her management skill is only 9. I don't know why I did that. Let me see if I can find a better teacher. Let me see. Recommendation. No. Where can I search for specific things that they come with? I guess I can't. Okay. Well. Let me see what we can do then. Wouldn't it then make sense to replace them with someone else? For example, Laura, an art teacher. I think this made sense. Has this increased our numbers? Oh, she was a homeroom teacher. Okay, that was not a smart decision on my end. Wait, let me try then. No, I don't want to put Rena Allen back. But he's a homeroom teacher. This is bad. Okay, we have to stick with Rena Allen for now. It is what it is. We're gonna have to bring back our teacher here, Laura Farmer, as the homeroom teacher. Now we're good. So instead what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to train her as best as we can until we find a suitable replacement. That is all we can do, really. Oh, there's a gift. Again. Okay, so to explain. We are currently in the Christmas season. We can see here we have some lovely decoration. All the students are actually dressed up as little, I don't know, Santa elves, I guess. And we have like this small quest of opening Christmas gifts that will randomly appear on the school premises. And also we have these beautiful snowmen that the students are making here. We can watch. Who are you? Arthur Thomas. Explosive temper, but he is now calm because he made a snowman. Unfortunately, the snowmen are actually blocking the entrance. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove them and put them in the freezer to preserve them, because they are great creations by our students and we love them. Right, so we are halfway done with researching the student council. But I already know from experience the student council requires its own room. So we ideally would have to invest into yet another building and build a room. Now, speaking of buildings, what I have also invested in is this completely new separate building, in which I envisioned, or I still envision to be honest, specific classrooms to be opened. For example, this here is a humanities classroom. So specifically students can come here to learn all about the humanities, biology, sex, whatever it is. Not my business. We have a similar option. You can see here in our facility overview, we also have a biology lab, which is specifically for science. We have a music room, which is for art students, or an art studio. You can kind of choose, or you can build both if you're feeling fancy. We're not that fancy yet. I would really love to have a biology lab, but the problem is I don't have the management capabilities because, again, my managing director here is just not talented enough. Now we're waiting for, what was her name? Carol Brown to finish her training to become a more capable teacher, which is also important. And then I'm going to try and improve our managing director. But yeah, her capabilities are just very, very low. But every time we send her on a training course, she will get better. And she will give us a few more options to manage things. I hope I'm making sense. In the meantime, we have only 2 days to go until the next exam results are coming. And this is the end of the year exam. So this is probably a big one. But if you ask me if there's any class that is actually going to graduate, I don't think there is any. I think this class is going to this class is going to move on to the 3rd level next year, which means that they will also have different classes. I see, they say. You know what? We're gonna give them a little treat. Because we have these Christmas candies. And we want to make sure that everyone is happy and at their best behavior. We have still 6 of them. We're gonna just give them to everyone. I think some actually have gotten 2. That's fine. Everyone's happy. Okay, Carol Brown is done. Now we can move on to Miss Rena Allen and train her specifically. Ah, I just realized something. Anyway, quite expensive, but her management proficiency is going to increase by 5. And that is the bare minimum of what she should have had to begin with. We will have to replace her eventually, but I just don't have any suitable candidates for now. But at least she's happy with her work environment because it's a really, really large room. And I bet she feels really, really important working from here. So I think the idea is that all the teachers that I hire, they work 2 jobs. If I choose them to do that. They will teach, but they will also have a research or management job. But they cannot be a homeroom teacher and researcher or management person. They can only be a normal teacher. I hope I'm making sense. Now, again, they have built snowmen here. I'm not happy with that, so we're removing them. And that means we have fulfilled one of the quests here, demolishing the snowman. Amazing. Now, how long does her training actually take? 0.8 days. How long does this take? 1.1 days, but we're already 65% there. Okay, then I'm thinking, number 1, we're going to move this window here. We're going to move this here because we're going to build a building on top of this building. That is what I want to do. So here's the option for that. This is all not the most elegant solution. Absolutely not. But for now, I just need to get things done. That is the most important thing. So we need an outside staircase, which I think this is still the only realistic option that we have. When is this actually on par? Now it works. Okay. So this is where the school council is going to go. And I think this is more than enough space. So maybe we're going to even build a 3rd floor on top of this. Right now, we are literally just stacking buildings. It's not pretty. I just need to build the places that I need, the rooms that I need, in whatever space I can find. We can later rebuild or move them or whatever. I guess moving is not an option, but we can rebuild them. That's fine. So we go into the buildings tab again. We choose the red brick structure. And then we tell it to build a new structure on top of the existing one here. And then we'll wait for it to finish. Now what else is happening? We have another gift here on the outside. Oh, that's a long way to go, but I happen to be nearby. Me, myself, why do I look so chubby? What has happened to me? I used to be slim. Shocking. Happiness all around. We have fulfilled our Christmas quest and no longer have to worry about snowmen or presents. I mean, they should be melting anyways. And of course, yes, if anyone wants to point out how is it that it is 13 degrees outside, almost 14 actually, and yet there's snow everywhere. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Definitely a flaw. Maybe it's just an unusually warm winter and the snow just hasn't caught up. Not sure. Okay, we can Oh no! Our kitchen has caught fire again. But smart as we are, we have installed a... whatever this is. A bunch of buckets with water, effectively, to quench any fire. And the fire will literally only occur here. So it is quite predictable. So if you're worried about burning fires, they will usually come from your kitchen. Fire appears where fire is, right? That's an old firefighter logic. Not that I'm a firefighter, but I think the logic applies. Now, as we're still waiting for our dear researcher to actually improve, so that we can have more stuff and more buildings and more rooms and everything, let's check if there are new students here. There are none. No new students. Okay. I guess there will be no new students because of the upcoming exams. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. The Students' Council shares the management costs of the headmaster's office through student management departments. So the idea is that you take the more experienced and older students into responsibility, right? I mean, everyone knows this from their own school. I also used to be involved in this system where we would have a meeting, I don't remember, maybe once a month or something, and talk about businesses relating to the school and so on. And I was once class representative a long, long time ago and never again afterwards, but yeah. Let's see, do we then want to... I think we should prepare and move on to the next level for art and sports course as well. And research this. And afterwards, there are some smaller things we could invest into, like a cafeteria, which would be the next logical upgrade from the food tent. This would allow us to make a lot more money. But it also means we need a new space for it, aka having to build a new building probably again. But I could totally see having, I don't know, a small building here, maybe even connected. It doesn't have to be separate even. And have a cafeteria here. Okay, we are nearing another level upgrade. So when we reach the end of this, the 800 here, we will go from level 2 school to level 3 school. I'm not sure what that is going to do, but we have even here like a beautiful entrance. I would wish every school was so committed to the celebrations throughout the year. Whichever they may be, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or Ramadan or pick whatever, right? It doesn't matter, it's all worth celebrating. That would be cool. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn something off. Let me do that real quick. How can I do that? No. No, that's better. Okay, fixed. I forgot to turn off an app that makes a disgusting noise. Like that. Now, is the building... Oh, it's already done. Cool. Now, school council. Where are you? Student council. Let me see. How much space do we actually need for that? Is this enough? I think it might be enough. Let's have the entrance on the very left here. What do we need? We need an office desk. Makes sense. We need to have an assistant's desk. I don't know what that means. We need to have also a telephone table. And we absolutely need a file cabinet. Again, I don't know why, but we need it. But we can have so much more. We can have a printer. which I think we should. We can have a student council roster, which totally makes sense to me. We can have this here bench, to push it to level 2 already. We can have a student council conference table. Now this can all be done a lot prettier, but... And a discussion table, which I don't really see the need for right now. And whatever this is. We're just going to build it. What we don't have here are any windows. Let's go for a big one here. And another big one here, I guess. Just to have enough light in the room. Other than that, what are these doing? These are still the best option. Oh, what? Christmas sticker, thank you. I was choosing a light though. We're gonna put another light here and another one right over this couch. And then we are done with the room, I guess. Almost. It's lacking some green, I think. Is there some other decoration that we can add? Academy bonsai? I think so. Can we get this to level 3? Maybe not yet. No, I don't think there really is anything that we can add right now. But that's fine. Okay, we have a student council operating. So we fulfilled the quest. We've done the bare minimum of what we need to do. Now, I really created, yes. You really created space and the exclamation mark, Y server. That is poor quality. What kind of teacher are you? Now we need to choose a student council president. Now ideally they have a higher management capability. So we're going to sort this by the management capabilities. Joseph Diaz, forgetful. Patricia Brooks, chubby, shorty and forgetful. Dorothy Hall, obedient, forgetful and chubby. You know what? I'm just going to go for the guy with the highest skill. Who cares? Then what else? Student council member. Other than that, we're going to go with you. And with you. Only the highest numbers here. And Kenneth. Finally someone who's not forgetful, right? I would like to have people with different personalities so that they can complement each other. Instead of, I don't know, all being forgetful and then nobody remembers anything. So now we have a high management status, which I think, if I understand it correctly, is going to help us with certain things that the student council can manage. I don't know why I can't go any further over here and why this is so far away. It's annoying. Oh, I can zoom out. Okay, that's good. So what can we choose here? We can have... studying efficiency. I like that. I like this too. And I would like to have more research capabilities. Now I wonder, can they also manage the tea room? Can they manage anything? No, they cannot. Okay. For some reason the management department has gained some skills, I guess. Oh, because she completed her training. I guess we can improve her capabilities one more time. And then it will not become that sensible to continue. Because her abilities are just not that great. What we also cannot forget, since it's winter and it's, well, plus 10 degrees outside still, but whatever. We need to make sure that people are not freezing. So let's put a little stove inside like this. This is a very simple solution, not a great one, I agree. At least it teaches children the danger of fire, right? That's the good part. Okay, student council has been set up and it has its very own effects, and we will gain some enhanced research ability along with just a better management system in the long run. Wait, should I be placing anything else here that... I mean, there isn't really anything... Okay, what we can do is we can put this in the hands of this department and alleviate the headmaster's office, aka myself. Yeah, that's a smart idea. Okay. There's another gift. We will take it. Why not? So as soon as the exams are happening, which is tomorrow, the season will end as well. So then we are going back to the normal season. Let's actually see if the snowmen really do melt. I mean, they should be melting already, but, you know, they're not. Yeah, I think really... What's happening here? Oh no, it's too cold. But why? There is a stove here. Guys, it's not that cold. It's plus 10 degrees. What? Is there no insulation at all? Do you need to provide, what, limestone? Or what do you need? I don't understand. Art and sports morning session. Is that what I researched? I thought I'm researching something more complex. Like an intermediate sports course, yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Now, the student council also opens up other abilities for us. For example, it would allow us to have, eventually, different clubs at the school. Oh wait, I don't have a medical service fee. How poor of me to not plan this. Yeah, 30 gold, whatever. It's gonna cost that. What was I going to say? School clubs, yes. So because we have the student council, now we have the ability to plan school. We have to research them, but once we research them, we can build them. For example, a basketball club. Now we already have a basketball court outside, which is used. I think that will be our first club. We can also have a music club at school. And I think there will be other options. Let me see. Basketball club, pop music, and club decoration in general, which is like an additional thing. I don't actually know what would unlock with this. I would assume that eventually additional clubs will be unlocked, but I'm not sure. For sure we can have these two. Now the interesting thing about this is, for example, establishing a basketball club actually also allows you to have a basketball team for the school. And you can then have that team compete with other schools. Which I think is amazing. That's a really cool feature and we're going to explore this. But all in due time. First of all, we need to do our diligent research. Yeah, why aren't you in class? You don't see any teachers around you. That sounds like a really bad thing. Stop with your little Game Boy or Sega Game Gear, whatever this is. Actually looks more like a Nintendo 3D, doesn't it? Probably. We've unlocked something else here. Okay. Gained a few more points. Well, I mean, for sure, once the exams come, we're going to reach level 3. That is pretty much guaranteed. Now, how are we doing in terms of income? So we are making roughly 1,700 every day. That's decent. But it might not be enough if we have to make big investments. Remains to be seen. Now, do I have enough capabilities to build that biology room? I do not. Sad. What if I don't build a biology room and I instead build an arts room or something? To serve kind of both departments of class. I don't know. But you can kind of see here, if you're wondering why is this building so big and why is there so much empty space? Because I was planning for another room right here. and then to have a staircase that leads them to the second floor, where there would be maybe an art room, a music room, or something like that. That's my plan. I just sadly cannot afford it right now in terms of management. So we definitely will have to restructure the whole management department eventually, or build another one, I don't know. Maybe we need to build like a whole management building on top of the existing one. Why is there no bench inside here? There should be a bench. You know, if you are sent to the director's office, the principal's office, because you did something very bad, you should be sitting on this hard bench and feel just the guilt. That's how that works. Because it will be the same later with your employee. No, sorry, your employer. The same guilt. The same tough bench to sit on. Oh, believe you me. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to educate you. I'm here to show you how a school should not be run, I guess, at the end of the day. You know what we haven't really done all season long? We haven't done a single excursion. Maybe we should do that. Sort of like an end of the year kind of trip. Where should we go? Daily necessities. This is another admissions office to get more students. This is an actual direction. A public square where the locals love to hang out and special events. Special events may take place. The school can host a variety of events here to earn subject-specific contribution points. Now that to me sounds like music in my ears, so let's do that. Let's send the art and sports school class, I mean. And they're moving out. Great. What's happening here? Someone has a frog, as always. It's either a frog or a Nintendo that they're bringing. And both are terrible. Equally. What would I actually do if I wanted to build more classrooms? Let me see. I have here... Right, I have prepared a third floor. So we could have 2 more classrooms at least. Maybe even 3. If I make them smaller. That would be possible. 2 more classes. That would mean at least 6 more teachers. And it would also mean expanding the tea room. And probably I shouldn't be doing this before I have a cafeteria to actually feed all these students. I think. Okay, this school day comes to an end. The students are going home. Some faster than others. Wow, you're really in a hurry. And tomorrow is exam day, kids. I hope you're ready. They don't look ready, they just look confused. And you know why that is? I think it's because of the snowman. I think they are confusing them. Let's remove that confusion altogether. Oh, I almost deleted the slide. Didn't mean to. Okay, everyone went home. Now the fast forward time begins. And today is exam day. The day where we will progress to level 3 of the school. And with every level that you gain for your school, you have to kind of readjust and reconsider. What am I going to do? How can I expand the school? Which classes do I need? And which teachers do I need for it? And which departments do I need to improve? There's a lot to consider, but the more you play, the more you get to also enjoy the way that the game is designed, the way that you can really watch every single student and what they do. For example, if we now stop the time, and if we picked, for example, Maria Mann, very Japanese name, but anyway, we could follow her. We could just focus on her and then just follow her, go throughout her day, how she puts some garbage into the garbage can and helps cleaning like everyone else is, and she goes on the playground for a bit. Yeah, this is cool. And what you do in your school directly affects the student, not just their learning capabilities. As you can see, let me give an example here. So if here in our little food tent, for example, we choose to sell the mooncake, and if we do that for long enough, we're going to see more chubby students. Right? And I think this is a very crucial element, of course, because as we know, especially Japanese schools put great emphasis on good nutrition and excellent food, healthy food. You will not find burgers and pizzas in a good Japanese school. They're going to teach children how important it is to eat vegetables and fruits and to have a balanced diet in general. And how some other schools in the world are not doing that is beyond me. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I remember myself, we had a cafeteria. We only got a cafeteria after a while, though. In the beginning, we only had a small kiosk. And when we had a cafeteria, the highlight that they would make is pizza rolls. So maybe 2 or 3 times a week, they would announce, today we have pizza rolls. By the way, this cafeteria was completely run by parents, volunteering parents, which were kind enough to spend their time, I think for free. I don't think they were getting paid, but I could be wrong. And they were just preparing the food. Most of it was, you know, sandwiches, rolls with cheese or meat. That's it. Not terrible enough if you are hungry, but, you know, not healthy. Not a balanced diet at all. And that's all they had, you know. But they, of course, they were working with, again, what they had, and for us it was great. But in the grand scheme of things, it was not a good invention. Anyway, back to my original point. So this tent here, depending on what kind of food you are selling, the same applies to the cafeteria, of course. It will maybe cause students to become more chubby. But if you change the diet, and if you implement a school club like basketball, these students will not be chubby. And hopefully the teachers also won't be eventually. But it's going to take some time. Now, did I miss anything while I was talking? What is the dispatch team doing? They are still on their way. Oh, this is for this. Okay. Can we invest anything here? Yeah, into the art. We can invest. We can also invest in this and into this, just to improve our standing in the community, so that they're more willing to send students to our school. But there's no new admissions because today is the day of exam. Our students are fairly disciplined, though, I have to say. They're not really slacking off in school. I mean, okay, these are not even here. They are on excursion. But they are really just learning. I'm amazed. Are there any new teachers here that we can recruit or should recruit? I don't think there are. There really is nobody outstanding at all. And there are no international recommendations either. Oh, a level 4 teacher. Can't even recruit them because we're not level 4. Right? So if the teacher is marked here with level 4, your school has to be that level. Otherwise you cannot recruit them. Okay, so we are currently on lunch break. All the students are getting their shitty food. Yum, 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 yum. And then they go into the third period. And by the end of the day, we're going to see level 3. Let's speed time up a little bit. Now I'm thinking, at what point do I want to invest more money? 60,000 is not a lot, right? So let me see. Management proficiency. Yeah, now it costs twice the amount of money. It takes twice the amount of time, and she just doesn't have the capabilities to go there. So instead, she's also a teacher. Let's improve her teaching capability. Why not? While we have her, might as well. Probably a waste of money at the end of the day, but it's not a big amount, so. Okay, the sports course has been unlocked. Now we're going to go for the basketball club. And the dispatch team has encountered problems. The square is bustling with activity right now. What kind of event should we host here? We can do riddles, humanities subject, mental math, sketching, or ring toss. Now, keep in mind, what kind of class are you sending? This is an art class, so they should be good at the sketching thing. Let's do that. After all their work, the stalls are ready. Let's start the activity. So that worked. Great. Happy to have done that, I guess. We've unlocked something here. Ooh, we're almost reaching level 3 even without doing the exams. Great. We're doing quite well. Now we're in recess, approaching period 4. And after that, there's only one more period left, and then exam time. Whoop, whoop. Right, and you can kind of see here how every department has their own schedule. Being on duty, doing paperwork, doing research, whatever the case may be. They're all doing that. Now, if we look here, the management department has more capabilities. So that means I can build another room here. And I think, wait, why can't I do this? Insufficient management, but why? Improve the management capacity of the principal's room or the construction management department? The what now? I don't have a construction management department. What even is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. But I know what to do, I guess. So we have 9 points to allocate. So what would happen if we move the tea room over to the management department? Then we have 10 points for free in the headmaster's office, which should mean that we can then build this new room. But I still don't really get it, but okay. Let's go with an art studio. I've never actually built this before. It's the first time for me. Let's see. So we have a blackboard for some reason. Of course, we have an easel, or what do we call this? Exam is about to start. What? Okay, well, unlucky. We're gonna do that afterwards for the new school year. How are the students doing? They did excellent. In fact, all students passed with full marks. That is amazing. And these are also fine. Great. So they can all progress. And we are solid. I mean, we're doing okay in the region. We're the 6th best school. I mean, we don't have a lot of students, so we're far away from reaching these numbers here. But our students are doing well, and that's what we care about. Our grades got better with just a little hard work. It's all thanks to the school. Now everyone is singing its praises. Oh, wait until you get an art room. You're gonna love it even more. Our students are super smart. Indeed, I agree. The warm and harmonious Christmas spirit has chased away the cold of the winter. As the festival draws to an end, it lives on in the children's memories. Right, so I think you kind of get the idea. If you are looking for a game where you get to build and manage a school, I think this is a really amazing game for it. It really contains a lot of elements that go beyond just sheer management, right? There's also an emotional part here, like with different festivals that you can manage that have these kind of texts pop up. And everything is done in a really cute way. And yeah, I really like this game and I can definitely recommend to play it. It's, yes, as I said, it's not easy to get into, as most management games kind of are. But once you are in it, it's really nice. Now, let's continue building this. This is obviously a normal easel. I'm not sure what that means. What is the difference? This is a spare easel, clutter table. Okay. So there's no teacher place or anything, right? I guess not. So do we want them to have the light coming in, the natural light? Or to be neutral? I don't know what is better. I'm not really an artist, so... Wait, what did I just build? Wait, no! I want normal easels here. Why does it keep switching? Desk fun and art student desk provides. It is a student desk. Why would I have only one student desk? That is silly. Really, really silly. Pile of jars. Okay. Why does it not... Still life painting. Still life station. Why do I need so many still life paintings? Unclear to me. Why do I need 3 of them? It's really weird. But alright, alright. Here there's a bunch of more students and spaces. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go for 8. And then we're going to have some window here to provide proper light. And on this side, we're going to have lamps. And the same here. Do I have cleaning equipment anywhere around here? I don't think I do. It's probably bad. We are 1 element away from extending the level. Let's place a nice bonsai in the corner. Now we have a level 2 facility. That is lovely. So we have something for the art and something for the humanities. What are you complaining about? 10 degrees temperature. Why is it so cold? It's spring. Why is it colder than in winter? I don't know. Let's move on to level 3. That is pretty much the goal of this episode reached. Here we are. School level 3 done. Now there's one tiny thing. Yes, we've received the bonus. Very nice. We are now richer than before. What's going on here? Headmaster Siri Simon. Theater Boulevard. Never thought anything of it. Relax, I won't fight you over it. What? I don't need to fight with you over students. My school has already carved out a spot for itself. Good for you, I guess. I don't know. What? Yeah. So now you can kind of see here, nice element. Oh my god. Yes, Chinese New Year. Now we just had Christmas. It's too much work. Let's go with field trips, I guess. Yeah, so they're complaining about temperature, which I find odd to say the least, but all right. So let's place some cleaning equipment here. They have one here as well. This for the outside room. Is there anything that is not being cleaned? Oh, there's no cleaning going on here whatsoever. Spring is here. Oh yeah, now it's been a year. Exactly, we have our first Jubilee. True. All right, we're done with the cleaning equipment. Yeah, this room was definitely, you can kind of see the shades on the floor here. It's just not clean. And it's probably, it seems to be also overheating. Yeah, 33 degrees. Oops. We're going to need to remove the stoves. But to end the episode, we're going to watch the speech to, by now, our large amount of students. And there's going to be even more in the next episode. Let's do a normal friendly opening. Yes, yes, another promising year. Plus 10, let's talk about life for change. Because it's a new year and, you know, new challenges in life for all these growing people. Let's praise their looks. Why not? I mean, most of you are chubby, I can see, but that's fine. And we are going to pay attention to your body and keep healthy. And stop being fat like me. Thank you. Loud cheer at the end. Wow. Increased physique. Oh. So they're less chubby now, I guess. Let's remove this. And in general, we can remove these eating elements. Wait, do I have? Oh yeah, I have 2 here as well. We don't need to have that many. Why was this turned off? I do not know. You get none. Uh-huh. Oh, the dispatch returned. Great. Awesome. Alright, let's pause the game here and take a look at our school as it looks right now. It looks very unfinished. We already have an amount of extra buildings here that are, yeah, they're looking a little random, I know. But this is just temporary, right? We do have some funds and we are going to allocate them into building a cafeteria. We're going to build yet another class to welcome new students at the school and to make the most use out of the cafeteria and all the other buildings that we're going to have. And we're also going to establish our first basketball club. So these are the things to look forward to in episode number 4 of Let's School series. And again, let me know what you think about this. What could I do to make it more interesting? How you feel about the way I'm doing this anyway? How do you like the game? What do you think about it? What's your impression? Are you interested? Let me know. Write a comment. Like the video if you enjoy it. And see you in the next one. And see you in general.